Hey everyone, it's Thursday, so that means it's time for another Tune-Up Thursday, and these are videos that will help you to take care of your marriage. Yesterday we observed Veterans Day here in our country, and I'm thankful for all the veterans. My dad has served in the Army. I have lots of other family members, friends that I know who've served, who are serving. I'm so thankful for what they do. It got me thinking about military families, and in particular military marriages, and what a kind of how that can be, I'm sure, a strain with one or both of the spouses in the military. Because I know things are constantly changing, and you can be moving all the time, and when you get deployed, and just there's all kinds of variables that go with being married in the military. And so I was reading a couple of articles about that, and someone was giving some advice to a military wife. Her husband was in the Marines, and she was another military wife giving the advice, and she said, always remember this, semper gumby. And what that means is always flexible. And I thought, wow, what great advice, not just for a military family, but any family, any marriage in particular. We have to be flexible. We have to be willing to kind of go with the flow, because we're not in charge. Just like in the military, the government says, hey, you've got to go. You're going to go. You don't get to say, we don't want to. Or if you're going to get deployed, you've got to go because they're sending you. You don't get to argue or say, hey, can I have an option B? You just go. And in civilian life, regular life, not in the military, the same thing happens. There are circumstances that are often out of our control that come to us. It could be a job loss. It could be a health diagnosis. It could be any kinds of number of things. You're having to all of a sudden take care of your aging parents, but there are things that happen to you that are just kind of out of your control. And if you're not careful, you can let those things overwhelm you, and you can let those things start to hurt your marriage. And instead of being flexible, we kind of become stiff-necked, and we're not willing to move, we're not willing to budge. We're just saying, no, I want life to work like this. I want life to be this way. I had dreams, I had plans. But what we have to remember, we can make those dreams and plans, but we kind of have to hold on to them loosely, because ultimately we're not in control. God's in control. And so we put our hope, our faith, our trust, we put our marriages in God's hand. In Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9, it says it this way, in their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. And so as married couples, we need to remember that we need to be flexible. Anytime we go on a mission trip, that's one of the things that we tell people that go with us. Listen, we're going to have a plan, we have an agenda, but we have to remember this. Be flexible, because all of that could change. And if it changes, that's okay. It may not be what we thought, it may not be what we expected, but here's the thing. We're going to get through this, and we're going to get through it together. So as husbands and wives, there may be circumstances that come upon you or your family, your marriage, that are out of your control. But here's the thing to remember. God is in control, and God is going to direct your steps. So just trust Him. Put your marriage in His hands and say, God, no matter what happens out here, we know this. 1, you're with us. 2, you're for us. 3, you love us. And so what we're going to do is we're going to trust in you, and we're going to get through this together. No matter what, we're going to love each other. I'm going to love my wife like you want me to love her, God, or wives, you're going to love your husbands the way that God has called you to love. But you're going to remain flexible. Still make those goals, still make those plans, but hold them loosely. But hold on tightly to your marriage, and hold on tightly to the Lord. Okay, do me a favor. Like this video, share this video, and as always, please, please, please take care of your marriage.